Hey everyone, I'm Ezequiel and I am originally from Corpus Christi, Texas, but now I go to school at Duke University, and I'm here to share how I got in and lend whatever advice to any prospective Duke students. But first, a little bit about me. I am fully Mexican. I am from a very uncompetitive, low-income public school with an average of 60 people per class. My graduating class had 68 people. My school offers 5 AP courses and the ability to pursue dual credit courses with 2 local community colleges. I had a weighted GPA of 4.1. I was ranked second in my class of 68, and I took the SAT twice. First in June of 2023, where I got a 1490. That was a 730 in the math section and a 760 in the English and writing section. Again, in August of 2023, where I got a 1430, I got a 730 in the math and a 700 in the reading. So I only submitted my first test score. I did a lot better on my first than my second, and I don't know why. I took the ACT once in June of 2023, where I got a 32 total, split between a 28 in the English section, a 35 in the math section, a 35 in the reading section, and a 31 in the science section. I took AP World History, where I got a 4 on the exam. I took AP Language, where I got a 4 on the exam, and I took AP Calculus AB, where I got a 3 on the exam. I didn't self-study any courses, rather I put my time into taking dual enrollment courses. Now I'm going to take some time to go through my transcript and share my grades all the way from freshman year up until my senior year. Okay, so my freshman year, I took AP English 1, where I got a 93 for the year. I was also enrolled in Professional Communications, where I got a 96 for the year. I was also in Pre-AP Geometry, I got a 97 for the year. I took Biology, where I got a 90 for the year. I took World Geography, where I got a 98 for the year. I also took Spanish 1, where I got a 93 for the year. I was also enrolled in Band 1, where I got a 96 for the year. I was also in Principles of Human Services, where I got a 93 for the year. And I was also enrolled in PE, where I got a 96 for the first semester. I also did dual enrollment courses my freshman year, so I'm just going to go ahead and list those as well. I took English 1301 my first semester, where I got an 86. I took English 1302 my second semester, where I got a 90. I also took History 1301, where I got an 86 my first semester, and History 1302, where I got a 90 my second semester. And those were all of my dual credit courses my freshman year, but now moving on to my sophomore year. I took English 2 Pre-AP my sophomore year, I got a 98 for the year. I also took Pre-AP Algebra 2, where I got a 98 for the year. I also took Chemistry, where I got a 98 for the year. I also took AP World History, where I got a 99 for the year. I also took Spanish 2, where I got a 99 for the year. I was also in Band 2, where I got a 99 for the year. And I was also in Business Management, where I got a 100 for the year. I was also dual enrolled in classes my sophomore year, so now I'm going to list those. My sophomore year, I was enrolled in a communications course, dual credit, where I got an 82 my first semester. I was also in Math 1314, where I got 96 my second semester. That was college algebra. I was also in my government course, where I got 93 my first semester. And then I took the second sequence of that government course my second semester, where I got a 100 for the semester. I also took macroeconomics, where I got a 91 my first semester. And those are all my courses my sophomore year. Now moving on to my junior year. So my junior year, I took AP English Language, where I got 101 for the year. I also took Pre-AP Pre-Calc, where I got a 99 for the year. Anatomy, where I got a 97 for the year. I also took Spanish 3, where I got a 97 for the year. I also took Band 3, where I got 100 for the year, and I was enrolled in Theater 1, where I got a 97 for the year. And then I also took Principles of Agriculture, where I got 100 for the year. My junior year, I was also enrolled in dual credit classes. I took a British Literature course my first semester, where I got a 78. I also took a World Geography course my first semester, where I got a 94 in. I also took a Kinesiology course my first semester, where I got an 84. I also took a Sociology course my first semester, where I got a 71. And those are all the courses that I took my junior year. Now moving on to my senior year. My senior year, I was in Yearbook 2, where I got 100 for the year. I was also in AP Calculus AB, where I got a 98 for the year. I was also in Band 4, where I got a 97 for the year. And in Theater 2, I got a 99 for the year. I was also in Career Prep, where I got 100 for the year. And I was also in Business Management 2, where I got 100 for the year. I was also enrolled in dual credit courses my senior year, and I tried to take on more dual credit courses just to finish out my degree plan, so I ended up taking more dual credit courses than I did actual high school courses. I was enrolled in a humanities course my second semester, where I got an 81. I was also enrolled in an environmental science course my first semester, where I got an 89. I was also enrolled in a tech communications course my first semester where I got a 76, geology course my second semester where I got a 94, and I took the second sequence of that technology communications course where I got a 73. I also took art appreciation my first semester, which I got a 72 in. And those are all of my grades and courses throughout my freshman to senior year. I made it a really big point to graduate with my associate's degree, but because of that, my high school grades suffered, my college grades suffered, and my extracurriculars suffered. It was really hard balancing my college classes with my high school classes, my AP courses, and my extracurriculars on top of having a job. Now I'm going to go through my extracurriculars that I listed on the Common App. I listed 6 activities, and I'm going to go through them top to bottom, basically on amounts of activity and importance to me. First was a debate/speech activity. I participated in this my freshman through my senior year. I did about 7 hours of work per week, 52 weeks a year. Yes, even throughout the summer. I was the team captain for our speech and debate team. I managed, coached, and organized a team of novice debaters to the state level, winning runner-up state speech team and individual top state level awards. I competed in congressional debate, extemporaneous speaking, and a CX/policy debate. I ended up with 3 first place state medals, a few second place state medals, a few team medals, and overall it was just a lot of involvement. That was my main activity my freshman through senior year, and it was something that I harped on in all of my essays. My second activity was a student government/politics activity. I was in this my freshman through senior year. I did about 4 hours of work per week, 36 weeks a year throughout the school year. This was our student council. My junior and senior year, I was the student body president, and I tracked, managed, and organized events totaling over 1,500 hours of community service, an 800% increase year over year from my sophomore year to my junior year whenever I took presidency. This was also my second biggest involvement. It was something that I talked a lot about in my Common App essays, talking about taking on leadership roles, managing people, tracking hours, and organizing events for people to do community service and do good. My third activity was a computer/technology activity. My sophomore through senior year, I did about 3 hours of work per week, 52 weeks a year. These were self-taught coding courses through Udemy. So I accessed Python, C#, and Java courses online since my school did not offer any computer science courses or any coding courses. And I talked about how I accessed resources outside of my school to do the things that I was really interested in and pursue those things even though it was difficult and it required more effort. My fourth activity was a paid work position. My junior and senior year, I did about 18 hours of work per week, 52 weeks a year. I was a checker/cashier at a local grocery store, and I worked part-time to supplement household income. I gained real-world experience, a sense of responsibility, time management skills, and work skills. I talked about in my essay how I had to work to support my family and how that kind of took away time from extracurriculars and being in class, focusing on school, and being able to study. My fifth activity was a science/math activity. My freshman through senior year, I did about 3 hours of work per week, 20 weeks a year. I was the math team captain for our University Intergalactic League math team. That's Texas UIL for those of you who don't know. I participated in mathematics, calculator skills, and number sense. I taught underclassmen key skills, and I led our team to state and area competitions. That was also something that I talk about, just taking on more leadership roles. Math was something that I really enjoyed throughout high school, and I used this activity as an opportunity to explore that. My sixth activity was a theater/drama activity. My freshman through senior year, I did about 3 hours of work per week, 22 weeks a year, basically just throughout the competition season. My position was leading roles, stage manager, and novice teacher for our school's theater. I wrote that I expressed myself in 8 productions. I taught novice acting, lighting, and technical skills, and I also held 3 lead roles. Now I'm going to talk about my awards that I listed on the Common App from 1 to 5. So first was my Hispanic Scholar Award, designated through the Hispanic Scholarship Fund. This was a national level award that I was designated with my junior year and I kept throughout my senior year. This award was given to me for participating in the Hispanic Scholarship Fund's Youth Leadership Institute in the summer of 2023 at the University of Chicago. It was like a 2-week summer program. It was a lot of workshops in college applications. They give us a lot of resources in terms of resume reviews, interview practices, and it was one of the most beneficial programs that I participated in. And we were also designated as a scholar, so that's something that I talked about. My second award was the UBMS Regional Directors Award through UTA, or the University of Texas Arlington. This was a state/regional level award. It was designated to me my sophomore, junior, and senior year. This was a residential program at the University of Texas Arlington that I participated in. Basically, you stayed there 6 weeks over the summer. You got to stay there, take college courses, and kind of get the feel for living on campus. And I got given the Director's Award by the director of the program, just as kind of a recognition of the work that I was putting into my courses, the activities that I was participating in, and the community that I was fostering. There was only one of these awards given throughout the 3 years, and he was also one of my recommendation letters, so it was definitely a big help. My third award was the Citgo Distinguished Scholar in Communication. This was a state/regional level award designated to me my junior year. This is basically a scholarship given in my local area. I got given one in the area of communication for my work in speech and debate, and that's also something that I talked about as to why I was given the award. I was also a National Merit Commended Scholar my 11th grade year. That was a national level award that I got given just due to my participation in the PSAT and my score in the PSAT. I didn't quite qualify for the National Merit award, or the complete National Merit Award, but I was one step below that, so I just made sure to list it. And my fifth award was the National Rural and Small Town Recognition Program. This was a national level award given to me my junior year for recognizing my test scores and coming from a rural/small town community. My town has 400 people in it, a very small farm town, so I wanted to emphasize that and show some proof and validity behind that fact. So I included this in my awards section to show that. So thank you everybody for watching and listening. I hope I was able to help some and offer some insight into the college application process, and I wish you guys great luck on your college application process. But remember, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Go Duke! Bye-bye!